again, everybody, it is I, the Subasa, boop 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 boop. So I am back with continuing this tutorial because I kind of promised gonna do it. And I'm gonna do how I said, so Mystic Chibi. I did the sketch for that. Like I said, I'm gonna do it for different, so I'm gonna do Instinct for line arting. And I have Candela over here for our good old coloring. So here we have my spark, and you can tell I don't know how I'm probably gonna have to I'm gonna speed I'm going to actually do work for this one. So yeah, because it takes a while for me to line art. It's actually kind of fast actually. I think it's just me gonna get used to it. So yeah, I'm just gonna have to speed up. I'm just gonna talk periodically. Alright, so let's start. I usually start with the face, because you kinda okay. So this brush I actually got, like, I just got off from another, a lot of these brushes I didn't really make, sadly. I'm not, oh my gosh. And as you can tell, this artist thing where you redo it 5 million times before you think it looks good. I think I'm gonna have to make it go up a little more. And so I think a lot of people do this where it's like, just do it 5 million freaking times. Okay. Until it actually looks right. Which, my gosh. That's why I'm probably gonna have to speed it up, because it's just gonna be me failing it like 5 million times. Okay. There we go. So I start off with the head right there, and like I said before, if you see my other tutorial, my first one, which I recommend you going to watch that first, I flip my canvas a lot, so that way it makes sure it looks good. So that way it looks good on both sides, because it still counts for this, because I'm just line arting. So I'm just basically going over it again. I don't like how that looks. And it's just, you have to do it like 5 million times. So, I don't like how this looks. I know a lot of people like go over like different parts and different layers, and I used to, but then I started doing it in one layer, and then it kind of, like, after I do one certain thing, I kind of stop doing it until I get in the habit of doing it again. So the only thing I really do it for is for the eyes, which I think, the ears, which I think I'm gonna because I need to copy and paste the eyes. So like here we have, do I have this set on something else? Nope. Okay, I'm just making sure. Oh yeah, and the stroke stabilizer, I usually also go pretty low, because I'm not confident enough and I mess up a lot, and my hand doesn't like doing stuff simple. So there's one eye. Copy paste and flip it, and then we got another eye. Boop. Open that up, transfer it a little bit, and boom. See, so that's really the only time I use that. Maybe if I want to look at it, make it a little separate, so that, I don't know. Or make it, I think I'm gonna put it down a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I see a lot of people do where they like do the sketch and then they just clean it up a little bit and then just start coloring and stuff, which, I mean, good for them for doing it. I can't do that, but I personally don't recommend it. I tried it, and I think the sketch part is kind of like how it's just like, just the way it's gonna look, just like a beta version, and you kind of want to improve it after a while. Let me just move that eye a little closer up. So I personally don't recommend it. I mean, if you do it, that's okay. It makes me nervous if I do it personally. So that's just my little insight. So yeah, alright, I'm gonna speed this part up a little bit. I'm gonna work on the body, and I'll come back to you when I get started on the hair, because I think this is a big part. Alright, I'll catch you later. Alright, I'm just gonna come back here for a little bit. So I just wanted to make a little note that it is actually quite important that like most of the lines are touching each other. So like if you make a circle like that, you have, like, if you do this, it'll be much easier than if you do it right here. If you do it like that and it's not. Just so that way you can kind of get all of what you need in one spot without having to go over and just like manually do it with like this self pen like that. If you want to, I don't care, but like if your style is actually just like that, where you actually have it like that, that's pretty cool. I actually like that style. Like, do that, but I mean, I recommend doing it all in one. It's way easier like that, and it's not as hard to do. So yeah, I just put my little insight on that, and I'll just continue on. Alright, I'm gonna come back here. For this Pokeball, I actually like put the Pokeball in a different layer, kind of like that, so you don't mess up with, like, sometimes if you don't do it like this, it kind of looks a little weird. Like, the lines don't look like right, so then you just do it like that, and then you put the thumb right here, and then you just erase what's inside. So that way it looks like an actual regular Pokeball than just like you doing it like this and like looking a little odd. It's a little better just doing this, so that way it kind of looks like an actual Pokeball. So just a little insight on that. Alright. The one thing I like about this brush, actually, I know I'm jumping in, but you know what, is that, like, it gives you that lightness at the end. So if you want to make like these creases, it's just like really light. And these are okay that they're not touching together. These are just like will kind of help you with the actual shading, I believe, because creases happen. Like, all clothes have creases, just like that. It's kind of simple, like that. Actually, I'm gonna fix this. This looks a little too high. That looks better. See, it kind of looks normal, though sometimes I overdo it, so I have to erase some and just add some like that. Kind of like that. I mean, his pants, I guess, don't exactly look like that, but I suck at leather, okay? Actually, let me look at that again. Yeah, his whole shirt's like that because of how leather it is. So, it's not gonna be perfect because I don't really do that much. So, I don't actually have to pause now because, like, I'm at the hair now. Actually, I think this video is just going to be shorter altogether, so here we have the hair. Alright, so now we're gonna have to do different parts, kind of like that, and then you just kind of add on, kind of like build it up, like I said, build up layers. Start with like your first layer, kind of like right here, kind of like here's like the front part of it, and then you add like the next layer, which is the little extra, and then I come over here, add that for the first layer, and then add that for the second layer. So I guess that makes I hope that makes sense. Add like continuous layers until you get to the top. So kind of like that. Have that. Kind of looks like he looks like a banana. And then you add the second layer. Actually, second layer will be right here, over here. Add more of the first layer, like that, over here. So he reminds me of like Len. I think that's right, from like Vocaloid. Just like it's like the way the hair looks like a banana. I think that's pretty funny. And so then you add more layers, and you kind of get that spikiness. It's looking more like his hair, in my opinion. So I think it actually looks more like his hair. Then add this layer over here. The actual the spikes. And more over here. More. Oops. Oh, I don't want to go up. Over here. And like right there. And you know, doing this reminds me of like drawing a flower. How the flower has like a little, kind of like that, and then it just goes like into petals. I think that's what this reminds me of. It just reminds you of like drawing a flower. Like how you draw a flower, how you just overlap onto different things, kind of like how this is going along. Kind of like you just making a flower with the different petals. I don't know. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Doop doop. So add this layer over here. Okay. And connect that. Erase. I don't like that. And so we're almost done. Boop. 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 Whole aspect is just spikiness. There we go. And now we're done. See? Oh, I'm gonna erase that flower. How that looks like his hair now? It's all spiky, and then this is spiky. See? So I'm just gonna move this down a little bit so I can make room. So there we go. And we have our line art. I'll touch this subject a little more when I do Candela, because I actually do like colored line art, where like, imagine his skin like this, and then I just darken it up, and then I do like lock, and then I do that. But I do that after all the coloring is done, and all the shading's done, because it takes, I do that again, sorry. Cause then I have like the darker color, cause it's harder to do when it's like this, because then you don't know what the shaded color is gonna look like. So yeah, how long did this take? Oh, look at that, only 15 minutes, that's good. So yeah, I hope you, right over here, that's what I'm talking about, just fill in that little gap. Over here too, don't want that. And so yeah, we got Spark. See? All good. All good. Yeah, okay. So I hope you enjoy the second part. Luckily it's a little shorter, plus I'm gonna have to speed some stuff up, so I hope you enjoy this. And yeah, I hope you have a good day. And